Before I start this video, the reason you're seeing some PUBG mobile gameplay in the background is because I do want this channel to get monetized in the future, and I am trying ways to work around copyright. So if you see some crappy gameplay in the background here and there, then I'm sorry. Or if you just see some random picture of something or the other pop up, then you know why. Avatar: The Last Airbender is basically a show about some bald kid who harnesses the power of the elements to beat up some evil old man who can fart fire out of his legs to fly around. I'm just kidding, it's an amazing show with amazing characters, all of which deserve their own dedicated videos. That is your cue to subscribe. Now, unfortunately, if you haven't watched Avatar: The Last Airbender yourselves, it's a little difficult for me to analyze this character without spoilers, so here's a short, brief overview of this show. The fictional world of Avatar consists of 4 main powers: fire, water, earth, and air, basically the elements. Anyone possessing any one of these elemental powers usually is known as an insert element here, bender, and can manipulate and control those specific elements in their environment. Now, the Avatar is a legendary bender who is a master of all the 4 elements and serves as a guardian to their world and maintains the balance in it. Kind of like their own version of the Dragon Warrior from Kung Fu Panda. In the series, we follow the journey of our main character.
My name is Ang.
Nah, I'm just kidding, his actual name is Aang, who is supposed to be the next Avatar and struggles to take on the mantle of being the Avatar and the responsibilities that come along with it. However, throughout the series, Aang grows, both physically and emotionally, eventually embracing his duty as the Avatar to finally take down the Lord of the Fire Nation, who has been planning to take over the world. So now that we're done with the recap, let's dig a little deep. Now, I have mentioned that throughout the series, Aang does eventually grow and embrace being the Avatar, but I did not mention that he is constantly being hunted down by his rival and eventually turned friend, Zuko. Zuko is the banished son of the Fire Lord Ozai, and after his banishment is cursed with the desire to capture the Avatar to get his honor back. The person who accompanies Zuko throughout his journey is none other than his and our Uncle Iroh. Something most of you might have noticed is that a wise mentor character in a show or a movie is usually on the side of the good guys, like Master Oogway, Yoda, or etc. However, Avatar doesn't take this conventional route. Iroh is actually introduced to us as mostly a neutral character and can even be considered an antagonist during the early episodes, as he's on the same side as Zuko, a Fire Nation soldier who helps Zuko hunt down the Avatar. Later on in the series, we find out that he used to be the general of the entire Fire Nation army and took control of an entire nation for multiple days. However, due to certain circumstances, he turned over a new leaf. The same Iroh that once had everything a normal person desired now took pride in living in poverty, making tea and bothering his nephew Zuko, to whom he kind of serves as a moral compass throughout the series. In fact, at times, Iroh is also happily seen offering advice to Aang when he asks for it, someone that his nephew considered an enemy at the time. Not just because Iroh understood the big picture and understood that the Avatar's role is bigger than Iroh himself, but also because he's just a kind person who's been through it all and sees that a young boy needs his help. Iroh has seen it all and been through it all. He has the experience. The same can be said about when his nephew Zuko, who constantly struggles to make the right choice, many times lashing out at his uncle in the process. However, Iroh never seems to mind, as he is empathetic enough to understand what his nephew is going through and still proceeds to offer guidance whenever possible, whether it be through direct or indirect means. However, this does not mean that Iroh is a pushover by any means, as we see that even in his older years, he is still strong enough to shoot flames from his mouth, pummel multiple Fire Nation soldier guards, and stop higher level soldiers like Zhao with absolute ease. I think in an era where the idea of masculinity and strength is sold to young men as a product, I think everyone can use an Iroh in their lives. But you know what really makes Iroh the GOAT? No matter how much his nephew yells at him and berates him, Iroh's always there, believing in him, offering him guidance whenever he can. He never gives up on Zuko, even when Zuko gives up on himself. But there's more than just offering moral support that makes Iroh truly one of the top tiers. Throughout this video, yes, I have talked about how important it is to be someone of strong ideals, firm beliefs, But to be the strongest, you have to be able to physically back it up as well. This balance is what Ozai, the main villain of the Avatar series, lacked, only focusing on physical and superficial power, trying to reign over people through fear, which combined with his arrogance led to his defeat. So, in conclusion, I think here's what I'm trying to say about being the strongest. The strongest is somebody who can laugh, who can joke, who's chill, but at the same time, when required, you can lead entire crews and armies, protect those that you care about, and kick some serious butt. Thank you.